units adds those units to the queue. Good. Now the second catapult will be built after the first one is completed. Catapult construction takes some time, so let's build some more foot units while we wait. Remember, you can zoom out by rolling your mouse wheel backwards or pressing the page up key to see more of the world at once. Good. We can use the minimap to quickly scout out areas before we attack. Use the left-click drag box to select all your units near Carlisle. First, select your citizens using a drag box. We have a barracks to train foot units. Now we need to construct a siege factory to build catapults for the attack. Select your citizens. Success. Now let's build some siege units. First, select the siege factory. Select your barracks. Select the highlighted Build Lookout button. Select a location for your lookout by clicking near the target marker. Your citizen will begin construction there. Notice that the Javelineer unit is made up of 3 individuals. All of your foot units consist of 3 figures. You've defeated all the Viking troops. Now select your units and right-click Abandon to retake the city. You have assigned all your citizens to work. We need to select a citizen who is already working and have them build a woodcutter's camp. The next step is to learn how to gather timber, but I see you already have a woodcutter's camp built. You're a fast learner, but there are a few things you should know. Good job. Amiens is now under British rule. Good. While the citizens are repairing Amiens, let's discuss how we can gather resources to build more troops and buildings. Well done. We've built an army large enough to battle the French. This is your army. Their numbers may be few, but they should be able to take Amiens easily. We're now ready to attack. Select all your military units and move them near Compiègne. When they get near the city, direct your trebuchets to attack Compiègne and have your knights and archers attack the arquebusiers. Select one of your idle citizens and right-click the woodcutters' camp to assign them to work there. You now have more citizens to gather additional resources. Since you have plenty of timber income, assign your citizens to work at the mine to gather more metal, or build more farms to increase our food income. The display in the bottom left shows how long until Amiens is completely under our control. While Amiens now belongs to Britain, it has to be assimilated before it is completely integrated into our nation. Now attack by right-clicking Amiens. The French barracks and stables are of no use to us. Have your troops destroy them. Select one of your citizens and have them build a farm. We need to build a library to perform research. Select a citizen and have them build a library. We also need another trebuchet to assist in attacking Compiègne. We've started gathering resources. It's time to build up our army to attack Compiègne. The French still have a sizable army of gunpowder troops guarding the city. To defeat them, we'll need to exploit their dependence on their new weaponry. Right-clicking when trying to place a building will clear the selection. To place a building, you need to select the building, then left-click on the location that you want to place it in. You need to use one of your citizens working on another task to start building the mine. Try grabbing a citizen from the woodcutter's camp and direct that citizen to build a mine. Good. Feel free to build more citizens and assign them to gather more resources. We are now gathering more timber. However, the resource readout for timber is flashing yellow. This means that some of the timber we are gathering is going to waste. This is because we are currently at our commerce cap, which represents the rate at which our nation can deal with incoming resources. We must research commerce technology at the library to increase our commerce cap. You have reduced Compiègne. Compiègne has been reduced. Now you need to direct your foot units to capture the city. To create 2 more citizens, select your city, then click the Create Citizen button twice. There were arquebusiers garrisoned in the French barracks. Select your units and right-click the French troops to attack. Congratulations, you defeated the French attempt to reclaim Amiens. The French barracks and stable are of no use to us. Have your troops destroy them. Remember to get your trebuchets involved because siege units excel at knocking down buildings. Select your library and click on the red military tech, the Art of War, to upgrade. By researching the Art of War, your nation will be able to produce more military and civilian units. It seems you're eager to battle, ready or not. Defeat the French army and capture Compiègne. If you lose your units, remember to build more at the barrack, stable, and siege factory to continue the battle. When the farm is complete, we get a permanent increase to our food income as long as the citizen works on the farm. Look again at the upper left, and you'll see that our food income has risen from +10 to +20. Some of your units are attacking buildings nearby Compiègne, but not the city center itself. We need to capture Campaign as soon as possible, so select all of your units and direct them to attack the city center. Good. We've destroyed all the French troops and buildings around Amiens. We can focus on repairing the city and gathering resources. Food, 300 food. The French army has been routed. A few enlightened French citizens have become sympathetic to our cause and have volunteered to aid our rightful claim to the French throne. They have agreed to help us rebuild Amiens to its former glory. You have taken Campaign and defeated the French army. This is a tremendous victory for England. I have a sense that you will do great things. When you capture a city, you gain ownership of any non-military buildings near the city, but you will not be able to use them until assimilation is complete. In the bottom right corner is a display of citizens working at the woodcutters' camp. The empty faces show how many more citizens can be assigned to the camp. Each assigned citizen generates an additional +10 timber income. If you need more resources, feel free to gather more on your own. Create more citizens and have them build more farms or work at the woodcutters' camp or mine. To find an idle citizen to build a mine, click the Idle Citizen button near the minimap. An idle citizen will be selected, and you can instruct that citizen to build a mine. Our resources are displayed in the upper left part of the screen. From top to bottom, it's often useful to organize your troops by selecting all of a certain type of unit. You can do this by double-clicking the type of unit you want to select. We are to attack the French city of Campaign. Unfortunately, the French have discovered our intent and have rallied an army of arquebusiers, a new type of foot troop that uses gunpowder. Our army is well trained, but is outnumbered by the French troops. There is no way we can defeat them if we immediately attack the city. In their hasty preparations to defend Campaign, the French have left the city of Amiens undefended. We should attack and capture Amiens immediately. We can gather resources there to build our army, then defeat the French at Campaign. Good job! Using this selection method enables you to give commands to all your knights. This is very useful in combat. Let's build 6 knights at the stables to prepare for the attack. The French have been training only arquebusiers to defend Campaign, so they lack a diverse set of units to defend against any kind of attack. Heavy cavalry have a decided advantage against gunpowder troops. We could build a large number of knights and press the advantage. Watch out for enemy pikemen who would make quick work of our knights. And knowledge. In the lower left corner, the library shows you all technology research currently available. The red track represents military technology. The blue track represents civics technology. The green, commerce, and the yellow, science. Let's research the first green, commerce technology, barter, to increase our commerce cap. Left-clicking the map will clear all selections. To regain control of your army, drag select around them, then right-click to move them. Metal. Now that you have completed researching the art of war, your population cap is increased. You are able to build a larger army. Military buildings like the barracks and stable remain under French control, but are easier to destroy because they are stranded in your territory. Well done. Each mountain can support 1 mine. The bigger the mountain, the more citizens can work at that mine. Let's train more citizens at our city and have them start gathering resources. We need to get a better view of the terrain to help find good places to gather wood and metal. We can zoom out by rolling the mouse wheel backwards or pressing the page up key multiple times. Now let's build more citizens who can gather more resources or construct new buildings. You have selected some but not all of your military units. Use a left-click drag box to select all of them. When attacking cities or other buildings, it's useful to bring along siege units like trebuchets. They specialize in damaging buildings from a distance. Now that the French army is defeated, have your troops attack Campaign. We can start gathering metal by using a citizen to construct a mine. Find an idle citizen and have them start building a mine near the mountain. The number on the left shows how much of a resource you have. You have approximately. The number on the right shows our income level of each resource. Right now we have very little food income. To get food, we must direct our citizens to build farms. Your next objective is always displayed in the upper left corner of your screen. Click the objective to repeat the audio for this objective. Place the farm near your city. Mines can be built next to mountains or cliffs. Like the woodcutters' camp, mines don't need to be near a city, but they do have to be within your national borders. Place your mine next to the mountain that is to the right of Amiens. Woodcutters' camps are placed near forests. They can be placed anywhere within your national borders. Trees will highlight as you place your camp. The more highlighted trees, the more timber your camp will produce. Place your woodcutter's camp now. The blinking indicates you have reached your current population limit, meaning that your nation cannot support any more citizens or troops. You may increase your population limit through research in the library. Now notice in the top right corner of the screen that your population indicator is blinking red. Double-click one of your knights to select all of your knights. All of your citizens are busy repairing Amiens, but feel free to pull one away to build the farm. You can click the build buttons multiple times to queue several units. Try clicking the Knights button multiple times to fill up your queue. Rally points have been set for your barracks, stable, and siege factory, so your newly created troops will gather just below Amiens to prepare for battle. We're running low on men, but we had some knights being created at the stable that are now ready to fight. Now continue to attack the remaining French military buildings. Excellent. Remember this ability. It can prove to be decisive in battle. Select your citizens, then right-click Amiens to start repairing the city. Remember to left-click to select your citizens, then right-click to assign them to work at a location. Let's not destroy the library. Once we capture Amiens, we gain control of the library and we can use it to research new technology. Now practice by selecting all your King's Longbowmen using the double-click method. Good. Now select all your trebuchets. Select the city of Amiens. Select your entire army using a left-click drag box. Select your library. Select your woodcutter's camp. Notice the library has changed from blue to red, indicating it is now under British control. Now let's increase our timber income. Timber comes from the woodcutter's camp, also built by citizens. Select an idle citizen and build a woodcutter's camp. To support the knights, we need to build 5 King's Longbowmen at the barracks. King's Longbowmen are unique units for the British and are extremely effective against heavy infantry like pikemen. Select all your foot units and right-click Campaign to capture the city. Almost 500 years after Alfred defeats and absorbs the Vikings, Britain is a true united kingdom. With the death of the French King Charles, the crown of France should legally pass to the King of England. The French, understandably upset about this turn of events, dig up an obscure law that denies the English claim. The English decide to seize their holdings in France by force. The French resist. Good. Your commerce cap has been raised and your timber income has increased. Now let's learn about metal. The French have realized their mistake and are marching in a force of elite pikemen to defeat our knights. Our knights are vulnerable to these units and will be routed if we are not careful. Select all your knights by double-clicking them and move them back to Amiens. Once your knights are away, select all your longbowmen and have them attack the pikemen. Our unique units should make quick work of the pikemen. Your units are getting close to the French forces. We are not ready to attack the French, so move your forces closer to Amiens. We don't want to engage the French before preparations are complete. Move your units back toward Amiens until we're ready to attack. Well, timber, we completed our woodcutter's camp, and now our timber income has gone from plus 70 to plus 80. Unlike the farm, the woodcutter's camp can have a number of citizens assigned to work on it. Good. Now we're collecting all the timber we need to build our army. Good. You can zoom in by rolling the mouse wheel forward or pressing the page down key. Feel free to zoom in and out at any time. Try zooming out now. Congratulations. Our nation has advanced from the medieval age to the gunpowder age. Among other advantages, advancing in age allows your units to be upgraded. Also notice that your buildings have changed their appearance to reflect your nation's new status. Now select the alarm button in the lower left panel. First, select your city. Good job. Citizens near the city will run to the nearest city, fort, or tower for safety. The citizens in hiding will fire arrows at their attackers. I think we are safe for a while, so we can send our citizens back to work. Select the All Clear button to send your citizens back to work. Select your city again. Our spies report preparations in Leicester to the north. I think King James has grown restless and is ready for battle. Move your entire military near your city of Winchester to prepare for the attack. Your city is complete, and your national borders have been extended. Now most of the forest is within our territory, and we can build a woodcutter's camp. The English king underestimated the strength of the Scottish units. Build more arquebusiers quickly at the barracks, or we will lose the city. You can build caravans and merchants at the market. We want to create a caravan. Now build a city near the forest on the right side of your nation. You can see that the Build City option is grayed out. Some buildings require certain technologies before they can be built. If you move the mouse over the Build City button and read the help text, it states that building the city requires researching civics at the library. So let's go to the library and research civics. Build a market. We need to build a merchant to take advantage of the spice. Build a merchant at the market. So first, select a citizen and build a university. Build a woodcutter's camp near the forest. Try to find a spot where 8 or 9 citizens can work. Right-clicking when trying to place a building will clear the selection. To place a building, you need to select the building, then left-click on the location that you want to place it in. Right-clicking will clear your rally point. Select Rally Point at the city again and left-click on the woodcutter's camp to place it there. When caravans are created, they're idle for a moment. They then find an available open route between cities and start to establish a trade route. With sufficient commerce research, a trade route can be established between any 2 cities. We currently have 2 cities, thus we only need 1 caravan to generate wealth from the trade route. If you want to generate more wealth, build more cities and caravans to travel between them. Good job! Now your citizens will return to where they worked before you sounded the alarm. Excellent work! With each Blue Civics technology you research, you can add an additional city to your nation. You have established wealth income by making a trade route between cities and received a bonus by sending a merchant to gather the rare resource spice. Good job! The Scots have had enough and are retreating. The Scottish have arrived for the attack. Fight bravely for English honor and do not let Winchester fall to the Scots. Good. We've established a trade route to generate wealth. Unfortunately, we can't establish a woodcutter's camp there because the forest is beyond our national borders, which is indicated by the red line. A nation cannot build outside its borders, so we will need to extend our borders. Your little scouting mission has been found out by the Scottish. No more time for preparations. Ready or not, here they come. We need to replace the woodcutter's camp that was destroyed in the raid. On the right side of our nation, there is a large forest far from Scottish eyes. The top row of units are ones currently available. Below each unit is its upgrade. Below the elite javelinier is its upgrade, arquebusier. The king knows of our situation, and we've been assured that reinforcements are coming. We must continue gathering resources while we wait for protection to arrive. While we're waiting for the caravan to generate more wealth for us, we can start looking at other rare resources on the map. Your merchant has set up shop and is now gathering spice for your nation. Move your mouse over the spice for help text about the effect spice has on your nation. The help text says that we get a bonus for caravan income. This will help us generate even more wealth. Knowledge is gathered by building universities and filling them up with scholars. To build caravans, we need to first build a market. We need to build a merchant to take advantage of the spice. Note that all of your javelineers are now arquebusiers. Whenever you research a unit upgrade, all of your old units will automatically upgrade to the new type. Your next objective is always displayed in the upper left corner of your screen. Click the objective to repeat the audio for this objective. Besides the common resources of food, timber, metal, wealth, and knowledge, there are rare resources that we can also control. We filled our university to capacity, and we will gather enough knowledge soon to advance to the gunpowder age. However, we spent all our wealth on scholars. We need to start gathering more wealth to refill our coffers. Protect your citizens or they'll be killed by the Scottish. You don't have any military units nearby and don't have time to train any, so we'll have to sound the alarm, which would bring our citizens to safety within the city. Now create enough citizens at your new city to fill the woodcutter's camp to capacity. Remember to move your mouse over your woodcutter's camp to see how many you need. You set the rally point, but it wasn't on the woodcutter's camp. Select your city, select Rally Point again, and left-click the woodcutter's camp to send your citizens there when they are ready. Now left-click on your woodcutter's camp to set it as your rally point. New citizens created at the city will immediately start working at the camp. Now select the Rally Point button in the city's interface. Good. Now all the citizens created at the city will go to work at the woodcutter's camp. If you create more citizens than there are openings, they'll move near the camp and wait for your command. Select your new city. You can also use rally points on military buildings to have your newly created units gather near a strategic location. While we've been setting up our trade routes to gather wealth, our scholars have generated enough knowledge to upgrade to the gunpowder age. Our reinforcements have just arrived. We are saved from the Scots. Remember to sound your alarm when the Scottish attack, so your citizens will run to safety and fire guns at the attackers. Now let's upgrade our javelineers to modern units before King James attacks. Select the arquebusier upgrade to start researching this new unit type. Research the first blue civics technology, city-state, at the library. When a scholar is complete, they appear within the university. Each scholar in a university adds to your knowledge gathering rate. We must defend against the Scottish raids and prevent Winchester from falling under the rule of King James. The Scottish, led by King James IV, have invaded northern England and captured a number of strongholds. The English army is marching north to face them, but for the time being, English citizens must fend for themselves. Select your barracks. To advance in age, we need to do research at the library. Select your library. Good. Now select your market. Select your university. This is spice, a rare resource. Good job. Select your merchant and right-click the spice so your merchant can gather this rare resource. One of the best ways to increase your territory is by building new cities. Let's try to build one near the woods. Congratulations! We have defeated the Scottish attack and survived against all odds. We'll need to advance our nation to the gunpowder age or our forces will be crushed by the Scottish army. We need to start gathering knowledge to advance to the gunpowder age. You gain wealth by establishing trade routes with caravans between your cities. We need to fill the woodcutters' camp with workers. One quick way to assign new citizens to the woodcutters' camp is to give the city a rally point. A rally point directs units to go to a specific location when they are built. The general claims there is no mistake. This is the entire reinforcement. These javelineers and a few light cavalry are all the English command could spare to send us. These outdated units won't be much good against the Scottish hordes. We have just enough wealth to fill up the university with scholars. Build 7 scholars at the university. Select the Buildings button. Select one of your citizens. In 1509, following a century of turmoil, England has stabilized under the rule of the legendary King Henry VIII. During his 38-year reign, he will marry 6 times, break with the Catholic Church, and fight several wars. Early in Henry's reign, the King of Scotland invades England. To secure his throne, Henry must master the rapidly changing nature of warfare while effectively running his country. Units can automatically travel across water if you have a dock and 2 commerce technologies researched at your library. We have the needed requirements, so your merchant will pack itself into a boat and move across the water. Universities generate some knowledge on their own, but need scholars to be fully effective. The top row of buttons in the library record your nation's progress through the ages. We're currently in the medieval age, and we want to advance to the gunpowder age. Upgrade to the gunpowder age now. Leicester is heavily fortified, and we don't have the units available for a siege. It would be best if you moved your units back to Winchester to defend the city. We need to build units to defend our nation and attack the enemy. In order to build a barracks, we need to research the first red military technology at the library. First, you'll need to research barter on the green commerce track at the library. Remember to explore. Your scout can uncover rare resources and locate the enemy's position. You're ready to begin construction on a new city. Build a new city. Place it near the edge of your territory so that you'll expand your borders and control a larger portion of the map.
You need to build military units at your barracks to defend your nation.
To be able to effectively attack and capture enemy cities, we need to build a siege factory to build siege units like catapults. Build a stable so we can start creating mounted units to expand our army. Try building a temple in your capital to increase its defenses and expand your borders. Now that you've studied the first red military technology, you can build a barracks and begin training troops to protect your nation. Good job. You've built another city and expanded your territory. Remember to build more caravans to take advantage of the new trade routes that have opened up. We now have a stable to create mounted units. Mounted units are fast, tough, and are excellent at destroying siege weapons. You have captured the enemy's capital city. If he cannot retake it before the timer in the upper right expires, he will be defeated. Hold on to the enemy's capital city for a little while longer to achieve victory. Excellent work. You've captured an enemy city and have begun assimilating it into your nation. To increase your wealth income, create caravans at your market. Your first priority in the ancient age is to create citizens and gather resources. Click your capital city and click Create Citizen to add to your workforce. Put as many of your people to work gathering food and timber as you can. Good. Now your citizens are safe unless the enemy takes your city. Research the blue civics track in the library, then have one of your citizens start building a new city. By now you should be thinking about advancing your nation to the classical age. As long as you've researched enough technologies at the library and you have sufficient food, the classical age will be available to you. Looks like you've hit your commerce cap. That means some of the resources you're gathering are going to waste. Research the green commerce track at the library to increase the amount of resources you can gather. Don't forget to put people to work at your new city. You can now support another 5 farms and find new sources of timber nearby. Research the blue civics track in the library. You can build 1 additional city for each civics technology you researched. Building new cities to expand your national borders is key to the survival of your nation. We currently have 2 cities, but we can expand our nation and collect more wealth if we build more. Each city can support a maximum of 5 farms. Go ahead and build as many as you can. This is a general. Keep him near your troops to have them fight more effectively. If he has enough craft, represented by the blue line above him, he can use special abilities like forced march and entrenchment. Read more about these abilities by selecting your general and moving the mouse over the buttons in the lower left panel. Now that we've researched the Blue Civics technology, we can build another city. The leadership of your fledgling tribe has fallen on your shoulders. The first task is to unify a new nation under your rule. You're free to build your nation at your own pace. Occasionally, you may receive advice to help keep things moving, but otherwise, it's all up to you. Danger! The enemy has invaded your territory. You must drive them away as quickly as possible. You haven't built a university yet. Knowledge may be the most valuable resource available to you, so set up a university and start gathering knowledge. Train 8 troops of your choice at the barracks. Remember, each unit has its own strengths and weaknesses, so try to train a variety of different types. Train 4 mounted troops at your stables. Build 3 siege weapons at your siege factory. This is a merchant. Use merchants to take advantage of the rare resources scattered around the map. These resources provide a number of benefits for your nation. To enjoy these benefits, simply select your merchant and then right-click a rare resource to have him set up shop. One of the new resources you can gather in the classical age is metal. Build a mine and begin gathering this important resource. Congratulations on advancing to the classical age. Start thinking about building a military to protect your bigger and better nation. Research the art of war on the red military track at the library. Well done. Assign more citizens to work in the mine to increase your output of metal. Your library has been destroyed. The research conducted there is crucial to the development of your nation. Build a new library as soon as you can. You're ready to build a market. You can't support any more people. You'll have to research the red military track at the library to increase your population limit. By now, your nation should be advanced enough for you to concentrate on building a stronger military force.